Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Best Agent live stream with me, Charlie Lamdin. I'm the founder of BestAgent. For those of you, this is a live stream exclusively for estate agents. Anyone else is welcome to see it, but this is just only focused on UK estate agents. It's the end of February, it was late middle of February 2023, and the brutal market conditions are starting to take hold, and the more agents and other people involved in the moving industry, like in conveyancing and so on, that I speak to are all reporting the same thing, which is that it's getting extremely difficult to tie up deals. And even when you do tie up deals, they're falling through much more frequently than usual, and it's incredibly hard to get deals over the line and to get the pipeline for your income. And as a result, a lot of estate agents are extremely worried. Now, for those of you sitting there watching me thinking, well, Charlie, you haven't helped with all of your house price crash forecasting. I'm not responsible for the fact that what's happening in the housing market. I'm just not. Nobody is. You can't talk a market down, because if you could talk it up. All I have been doing is trying to give warning. And I started on this channel in May the 19th last year was when I first gave warning. And I was just ignored by most people. I hope that you might take me a bit more seriously now, because I wasn't making predictions or projections. I was observing what I could see, that with the momentum, just like an oil tanker has, meant that it was extremely likely that we would be experiencing the housing market conditions that we now are. And whilst I accept that me out there on my Moving Home with Charlie channel shouting about the fact that I think house prices are going to fall 35% doesn't help get deals done, it's always been backed up with my evidence and my data and my reasons and my thinking and my logic and my rationale. I've never just been making it up out of thin air. I mean, the figure 35% is of course an estimate, but there's always been, I've tried again and again and again to explain, look, here are my reasons, who's got other reasons? And all I've heard back from people is I just can't see it. So I totally reject the feedback that I shouldn't have been saying what I'm saying, because actually I've had some agents who've contacted me and said, I'm really glad that you said what you said. I'm glad that I listened, and I'm glad I prepared. And the purpose of this video is to tell you that basically I am here. If you would like, I am here to help. Okay. I have been providing estate agents with technology and marketing and consultancy since the year 2000. I have provided that to companies of all sizes, from one-man bands through to national corporations. I have seen all different kinds of estate agency all over the country, from Mayfair to Glasgow to Liverpool to Manchester to West Country, all over, large and small, corporate, self-employed, franchise. I've seen it all. And there is very, very little about the operations of an estate agency that I don't understand or know about. And the purpose of me on this channel is to provide and share whatever insight I can with any agent who thinks it's helpful. Now, if you're watching this thinking, I'm not having any problems, I don't need any help, I mean, I'm genuinely delighted to hear that, and good for you. I know that there are a lot of agents who are experiencing difficulty and are very worried about it. And before I get into talking about why, I'm really going to explain and back up my statement about why low fee estate agency doesn't work. It just doesn't work. And it's only done by people who don't understand that fact. And even if you keep it going for a while, it will never last in the long run. Low fee estate agency does not work. Okay. I'm going to go into that. But before I do, I just want to draw attention to the fact that at 3 o'clock this Thursday afternoon, the 23rd of February, I'm doing a free 1 hour live video, a bit like this, but only for people who register, so I can check that you are a fact estate agent. It's estate agents only, private live video, where I will share with you what I think are my top survival tips for agents who are seeking to survive this downturn. Not everybody is. I'm going to actually just share with you on the screen now the post that really made me think it was worthwhile doing this. And this is by Rebecca Beardmore, who I don't know, but I know of her. She is a supplier to estate agents. She's a property copywriter. I just want to check you can see that. You can, right. So she talks about being in a massive slump. And the bits I really want to talk about, she's been talking to estate agents. And she said, there are more people struggling than I realized, and we don't talk about it enough. Some of my clients have paused their quarterly nurtures because they can't afford them anymore. Some have admitted they've barely sent any letters out because they're struggling to balance prospecting with other aspects of their business. And many are staring at the dwindling pipeline, wondering how the fuck to sort it out. I've even had the maybe I'll just pack it all in conversation with clients I speak to regularly. These are people with established agencies, people you'd never guess were considering this. In other words, packing it all in. Now, it's a very high mathematical likelihood that even established agencies are going to be suffering, because unless you were around as an estate agent in 2007, 2008, 2009, you won't have experienced the market that we're going into now. And if you haven't experienced the market we're going into now, it's not surprising that you may feel a bit out of your depth. And there are things you can do. So if you are fundamentally good at what you do, if you are a good agent who cares about your customers, you can and you will get through this. I promise you. I have got tips and strategies that I'll share in my video on Thursday afternoon, which cost nothing and they are immediately implementable. There's no work to do. It's just a change in strategy that will massively improve your chances of surviving and coming out of the other side of this downturn much, much stronger. And one of the things I talk about, but it's only one of the things I talk about, is about not charging a low fee, or making sure you charge a full fee. Okay, bearing in mind especially how much harder it is in this market to actually get a deal done and to get a client's property sold. And the one thing I want to remind you all is this, because I know that even good agents forget about this, right? In a market like we're in now, movers need you more than ever. People who need to move, and there are plenty of them who need to move, they need a good agent now more than ever. And that's the first reason why you should be considering actually what fee should you be charging. Okay, but let me just talk about my claim that low fees don't work. I'm going to start with this. This is a diagram that I designed and had made up a few years ago, and I've linked to it below. So you can see it, you can download it for yourself, print it off, use it yourself. Sorry, 1 second, share this tab instead. Okay. I designed this diagram for estate agents to show your clients, okay, just to give them an idea of what it is you actually have to do to get them moved or to get any property sold or let. It's very, very similar. And when you read, I'm not going to go through this step by step now, but you can download it, click on the link in the description below, right? When you go through every step on this and just work out how much work is involved, and then tell yourself that you do it all at the risk of getting no money for all that work if the deal doesn't go through, you need to ask yourself, are you really charging enough for that service? I've always stated that estate agents who charge a low fee, whilst you might be very good at the job, if you charge a low fee, it means you don't understand the value of what you are providing to your customers. And I've seen this. I have seen self-employed agents working under a franchise model who are outstandingly good at what they do, not charging enough. And you might say, well, I've done okay for a couple of years. Don't forget, 2021 and 22 were freakishly easy years to be an estate agent. Okay. So you shouldn't think that that's normal, because you're unlikely to ever see years like that again in your career. That ship has sailed. It's never coming back. Okay. So the fact that it worked then is only because the market was so much easier than usual. Okay. But for a normal market, and especially for a difficult market, what you do is worth its weight in gold, and you must not undercharge for it. And some of you are saying, well, hang on, I've done okay. And it's just me, I've done okay. But ask yourself this: have you had to work ridiculous hours in order to make it work? Do you spend enough time on your own, with your friends, with your family, doing your hobbies, pursuing your own interests, relaxing? Or are you just working around the clock? And if you are working around the clock to make ends meet in that business, is that sustainable, and is it worth it? And if you're only ever going to charge that low fee, what makes you think it's ever going to get any better? It's never going to stop being a struggle if you charge a fee that is too low. And I'm not talking about charging a fee that's some fantasy figure that no one achieves. I'm talking about charging a fee that really good, well-established agents do always charge. They won't go below it. And I'm going to put I'm not going to put a percentage figure on it right now. It varies depending on where you are, what kind of market you are, what kind of competition, what kind of properties, etc. Okay, but all of you should know what a really good fee is, what the agents charging the highest fee in your area are getting for a fee. Okay, just so you know, in my view, it should be 2%. And even at 2%, we're one of the cheapest in the world for estate agency fees. And a good agent is worth 2%. A mediocre or a bad one? No, not worth 2%. Totally get that. A good agent that actually gets you the best available price in the market, and actually gets your move done, and actually reduces your stress, and allows you as a vendor to get on with your life and not have to worry about it too much, is worth every penny of 2%. Because if you talk to a vendor who went with a cheap agent, right, and then either had a nightmare move or didn't move at all, and said to them, would you have paid 2% to get that move done at a good price? They'll go, yes, of course I would. What a false economy. And the problem is that because people don't move often enough, it's too late by the time sellers realize that actually you should pay a full fee to get really good quality estate agency. And it's not a question about just covering enough to pay yourself your bills and your salary. That's not what you should be charging. You shouldn't be charging just to cover your costs. You should be charging what you are worth. Okay. Now, the reason low fees don't work is because it's simply too much work to do the job properly. If you're a freelance or a self-employed agent watching this, and you charge low fees now, let me ask you this: can you deliver the service you want to deliver your clients comfortably with the resources you've got? Right? I know very few agents who would say yes to that. But that's what you should be able to do if you are good at what you do. You should be able to comfortably deliver the service that you want to deliver without having to work around the clock, without having to sweat your staff into the ground, for the fee that you provide. And it has definitely been the case, because I've been in this industry long enough. I've been in 23 years now, working with agents. And I've seen the degradation in fees. And I remember what good quality estate agency used to be like. And it's so rare now. And there are all kinds of other problems. But I just want to focus on this. I'm going to go into this fact in much more detail when I do my video on Thursday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for you. Okay. But there's just too much to do. It's too much work. And if you are going out there offering low fees in this market, well, that's commercial suicide. Because in this market, there are so many things beyond your control that mean that you may not get a fee at all. You've got to make sure that with the number of transactions that you're expecting to do, that you're going to be able to make your ends meet comfortably. Otherwise, how can you do your job properly? Now, let me just show you something else. So back in 2016, was it? 2017, I came out fighting against purple bricks. Right? I made an official complaint to the Advertising Standards Authority, and it got upheld because their advertising was misleading, and it was misleading customers into going with purple bricks when purple bricks were lying about how many properties that they sold, and in doing so were cheating sellers out of their upfront money, and also expecting too much from and exploiting their local property expert estate agents. And it was just they were publicly attacking estate agency. They were making anyone who paid a full fee feel foolish for having done so, which was a stupid thing to do. And in my opinion, Purple Bricks has done more harm to the reputation of the industry and the earning potential for most people in it than any other company that's ever existed. And I know it's on its last legs, and frankly, good riddance, the sooner it goes, the better. I don't mean that to its staff. I feel very sorry for anyone who loses their job, I feel. And but Purple Bricks is going down the tubes, and the faster the better. And I hope the brand doesn't survive. I hope it disappears and we never see the end of it, because it's done nothing but hurt movers and hurt agents, and it needs to go. And I was right about it. And the fact that Purple Bricks is going under is proof that low fee estate agency doesn't work, right? Doorsteps went out of, it's always been this way. I got into this industry originally because I thought estate agents' fees were pointless and they didn't need to happen anymore. Now the internet was around, and I couldn't have been more wrong. And yet again, we always get these newcomers going, cut the estate agent out, cut the estate agent out. And first-time sellers go, well, that's great. I think so too, because I had a crap experience as a buyer. So why not? Why pay an agent a high fee? I'll just sell it. And so there's always going to be fresh meat in the form of first-time sellers who think that choosing a cheap estate agent is a good idea. And it almost never is. It's a terrible idea. It's a terrible idea for the vendors, and it's a terrible idea for agents having to work with low fees. I mean, it is at best a very difficult job. At worst, it's a soul-destroying job. And actually, contrary to popular opinion, estate agents do not earn that much money. And I know a lot of you watching this will understand what I mean when I say that. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of these videos, sharing my insights and my knowledge that I've gained from working with great estate agents over the years with any agent who wants it. I'll be doing these videos regularly, just public ones like this. I'll be doing the private live streams regularly as well. And if any of you want to use me to come and talk to your company, talk to your staff, or come and consult to you on your strategy for getting through this, just let me know. Follow me on so my LinkedIn, Charlie Lamdin on LinkedIn, or BestAgent on Twitter. You can find me. I'm easy to find. Okay, just send me a message. Private message on LinkedIn is probably the best way to get in touch with me if you want me to come and talk to you directly about your business and how I can help. And I can help you. And I like, if anyone does want to actually hire me to come in and talk to your team or look at your strategy and help you around, whatever we agree for you to pay me, if that happens, it would be refundable if you don't think it's worth, if you don't think it's good value for money. So I'm that confident about the insights that I've got to share, that any consultancy comes with a money back guarantee. Now, why do I want to help estate agents? Because I want to help movers. And I know how important estate agents are to movers. And I know that good estate agents adopting bad practices, like not charging enough, won't be able to help movers, and it will go wrong. So my goal is a home for everyone. I want to oil the wheels of the moving industry and make moving easier, but not only for movers, but also for agents. And I can help do that. And I can help do it by helping estate agents. So if you're wondering about BestAgent and the whole point of BestAgent, BestAgent is designed to create a better future for you, the agents, for the moving industry as a whole, and for movers, and to stop it being gamed so badly by a small number of large companies who've turned it into a toxic game. All right, there are too many movers choosing the wrong agent for the wrong reason, and it ends badly for everybody. Right, the top 10% of agents by market share are getting 10 times more instructions than the other 90% of estate agents. That just doesn't make sense, does it? They are not 10 times better. And it's because the playing field is tilted, and I'm going to help tilt it back. That is my goal. All right. So I am on your side and I want to help. If you want to come along just for 1 hour, Thursday afternoon, 3 o'clock, to my live video, then follow the link below, book your Eventbrite. It's a free ticket, and then that will give you the link to the free seminar. You've only got to book so I can check your estate agents. I just want it to be an estate agents only video. That's the purpose of it, of booking a free ticket for it. Yeah, that's it. That's all I wanted to say for today. In case you don't watch any more of my videos and you're an estate agent watching this, you should be charging a minimum of 1.5%, including VAT. Minimum. And if it was me, I'd be saying 1.5% plus VAT, or 2% including VAT. That's what you should be charging, okay? Because this market is not getting any easier anytime soon. I think we're going to see, I'm watching the best agent data, which comes in every day. I was going to give you a quick sneak preview, the kind of stuff that I'm getting, right? The kind of stuff that I'm getting is this. And this is county by county, borough by borough, all the breakdown of properties, volumes, prices, averages, medians. And I can see what's happening in the industry, right? I can see it. So I've got an insight behind the industry. Best Agent is working, but I'm looking for agents to engage. So the other thing that Best Agent does, of course, is it is mover leads and vendor leads that are free to receive. You then pay per lead if you want them. So if you haven't already done so, activate your back office account by going to bestagent.co.uk. All right, so activate your back office account there and start responding to the leads. Guys, thank you very much for watching. Please go to the link below to book your slot on Thursday afternoon. I don't mind having people come. Might be 3 people, might be 10 people, might be 100 people, might be 200 people. I don't know. But if you're an agent and you want to come along, then please share the link to the event with your agent friends that you think might be interested. Okay. And I look forward to seeing you there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. If you are watching this on YouTube and you aren't subscribed to the Best Agent YouTube channel, please click the red button to subscribe. It's free. It means, and also click the little bell so that you get notified each time there's a new video here. And to those of you who are new subscribers on the channel and estate agents, welcome and thanks for subscribing. And I'll see you on the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.